to join the race. Sadly, you can't because registration's closed. So what you can do is, if you have registered, turn up on Sunday and make a difference. So that's what you absolutely can do at this point in time. Bhaichung, so much adulation when you play for a Mohun Bagan or an East Bengal, score that elusive goal. Can you tell me a little bit about the passion the city has, the fans? Because they make a Bhaichung Bhutia, right? Ultimately, you are who you are because of the fans. Can you tell me a little bit about Kolkata fans?
See, I think in Kolkata, it's not fans. Either you're born East Bengal, you're born Mohun Bagan, or you're born Mohammedan Sporting. So I think everybody is aware of the legacy and the history. And when you represent one of these clubs, you're just not playing for the club, you're playing for the identity as well. It's their identity, it's their history, and it's a big prestige issue for a lot of fans. And also, I think the fans, because it's their history, their identity, there's so much passion, there's so much love for the club. So yeah, sometimes obviously I've been in the wrong side whenever you don't perform, but overall I think it's been good. And yeah, when you play for this club, any clubs here in Bengal, I think it's so proud moment for any player because you're playing at somebody's legacy and history, and that's something which I think you feel honored to be part of any club here.
Bhaichung mentioned at the start of this panel about the 10 years. So did Anupam. Even the last panel, Joydeep Da mentioned the 10 years and the consistency point. That how difficult it is to do 10 years with the same amount, or rather every year you progress, you get better. And that's what brings me to the question. When I see Indian football today, Bhaichung, no ISL, no I-League, every person, and it's not just about the footballers, it's also about the groundsman whose son or daughter goes to school using that salary that he or she gets. Today he or she doesn't have, nothing is in sight. How difficult it is for a sports person to deal with this.
No, I think right now, obviously, it's a very difficult moment for Indian football. But at the same time, I think there are a lot of people who are also to be blamed. And I feel sorry and sad that, when we talk of football and especially ISL, I think we're only talking about money, we're talking of corporate valuation, which is so unfair. I think we need to be focusing on sport. We need to be focusing on football. And today, I think somewhere down the line, ISL is getting, or it's becoming just a billionaires sport, group of billionaires trying to run it. And which is very, very unfair sometimes for a club like East Bengal, Mohun Bagan and Mohammedan, which is, as I said, it's a legacy club which has been here for 100 more years and contributed so much for just not football, for India's independence as well. And when you have a club, legacy club, iconic clubs like these three, and you don't have money to pay, and which they did not have in the beginning of ISL, it's very unfair for a club like East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, Mohammedans. Since you don't have money, then you're not allowed to play in the highest league in India. I think that's so unfair, and you have to sell your club to somebody else to make sure that you can play. I think which is so unfair. If you look at the biggest clubs in the world, which is similar to Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, the structure and the system is Real Madrid and Barcelona. You can't let Barcelona, it's voted, they have a president elected one, and it's run by the fans. So I think you can't let Barcelona be sold up by some Emirates or a Qatari Airways buying it and saying Qatari Barcelona FC or Etihad Real Madrid. Okay, so you can't change that. So I think sometimes it's a bit unfair that way. Yes, the new clubs have to come in, the corporate clubs have to come in, but there are also some legacy clubs which has got huge fan following. And today, whatever the league is, the highest league in India, if you don't have East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, Mohammedans playing, I think the charm of the league itself is not going to happen, and which we saw that. So I think even ISL had to bring in these three clubs to bring more competition, bring in more passion to the game, and not only that, the valuation as well. You'd never get a 80,000 fan for any clubs across India, apart from maybe Kerala somewhere, but you don't get 80, 60, 70, 80,000 fans coming and supporting you every match, what you get in Calcutta.
Okay.